Hey everyone, this is Rick. I'm introducing yet another product. I know I just released some recently. I was going to wait a few weeks on this one, but I decided to do it before I go on a trip for 2 weeks, even though I couldn't make very many, and I know most of them already gone to my friends. But it's called the Slabmax UV. It doesn't look like much, but it's on the front of this CGC case. Its idea is it is a very much custom cut and custom fabricated and cast piece of plastic that shields this from UV radiation and scratches and harm. And I've got a few. I'm just going to get rid of the ones I have for now. And they custom fit right into this, and they're essentially invisible to the eye, and they give you the protection you might want that frankly they should have offered in the first place. Based on my recent research and recent relationships with the plastics companies and tools I have at my disposal, I made this. First part of this video is just demonstrating that it's better than the other cases, and at least with respect to UV protection, but it is better with respect to scratch resistance as well. So anyway, watch and see if you agree. All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, so here's the setup. We are going to turn on the light and start collecting data. So let me do that briefly. So you can see the sort of the zero mark. That's just the background radiation. We're going to turn on the light here, and you'll see it spike up, and that's I've turned on the light at the same time. And hold on one second, please. So the light sort of gets weaker after you first turn it on, and we're going to pretend that we're a comic book. There we go. So it's leveling out now. That's sort of the zero energy from that lamp, and it'll slowly decay because it's just a battery. So let's put the comic book case in between, and we will see what we get. This is the comic book case here. It drops. It is actually glowing a little bit. It's actually dropped somewhat. Let's see where it gets to. This is with a CGC case. And we'll just hold this still. Let it collect for a little bit here. There we go. And when it hits about 150, I'll put my ultraviolet protector on there. Let's see what happens. There we go right now. And that's it. That just takes a dive. So you'll see that extinguishes to virtually nothing. There's just almost no UV light coming there at all. Just to make sure it's okay and staying there. When it gets to 200, I'll remove the case from it here. Let's see, I'm going to take it off, go back to just the CGC case. You'll see that here. And little surprise, it goes back to where it was. Let that go for a few seconds. And I'm going to remove the case now. Well, that's pretty good performance, but how does it look and how do you implement it with your cases? Well, feast your eyes, my friends. So how do they work and what do they look like? They work like this. I have some adhesive dots, adhesive squares that I'm going to give you, and the idea is you put them in the corners You can't see them so well, and they should be clear. And then these have rounded corners, meant to fit just in the corners here. And this should be the size should be 1/10 of a millimeter of play on this guy, and then it becomes, it's level with the case, and then it looks like this. So when you have it up, it looks like that. I'll take a few pictures and show you what it looks like in action here. So to mount it, I'm using these Scotch removable clear mounting squares that I've cut to some small size so that they can come off without leaving a residue. And I just put it right here. This is probably thicker than I ultimately want it to be, but this is the size I have for the trial. Of course, I'll need to straighten these out a little bit, but this is just for demonstration purposes. You can see that here, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, so here it goes. I'm just gonna put this guy here. And these are the removable ones you can reposition, but it kind of forces itself into the right spot. And then you have it doesn't come off, it doesn't protrude. And it looks like this. That is what it looks like in place, and you can see the edge of it here on the book. What does it look like at a distance? Let's see. Here's what it looks like. So that's it. Well, what do you think, folks? I hope you like it. These things are, just so you know, they are 268.299 millimeters wide and 193.899 millimeters deep, or height. So that's the size of them. They are 1/8 inch special acrylic that I had made for this purpose and have tested. It is not bulletproof, but it doesn't yellow over time, and it is pretty much scratch resistant. It's not low glare, because low glare stuff looks kind of weird, but it is very, very UV resistant. So that's the optimization I came up with, and I really hope you enjoy the product. Take care and see you around. Bye-bye.